Hi, this is Paul Acevedo of Windows Phone Central, here with a video review of Ice Age Adventures for Windows Phone 8. This is a free-to-play game which comes from Gameloft. At the start I have this ad which is improperly formatted. You can see there's a big black bar around it. Not so crazy about that. Ice Age Adventures is the sequel to Ice Age Village, which was an Xbox Windows Phone game. This one does not have Xbox features, that's okay. And what Gameloft have done is they've taken a free-to-play city building game and they've actually expanded on it a lot and made it more of a real game. It is still designed to suck out your money and kind of get you addicted, but at least you actually have little moments of fun in between all that, so that is something. All these animals produce berries, which is your energy. I've got my berries almost full up here, so now I need to go out and spend some. Let's do that. You can go to the map, and there are a lot of different locations to visit. At first you're just going to ice places. One special thing about the game, it has a ton of voice acting, and the voice acting comes from great sound-alikes, people who sound really just like the movie characters as I remember them. Each of these places you visit has these little roulette wheel locations, and you tap them and you're going to get something out of it. Here I've just gotten shells, which is the soft currency. As you navigate an area, you'll come to obstacles like these rocks. Originally there were a lot more of them, and you can clear them away by tapping them, but it costs energy, and some, like these brown rocks, actually cost quite a lot of energy. And sometimes you'll find shells in them, and those shells will give you extra rewards. You might also find items which are necessary to unlock new parts of some of these islands. And there's also enemies. Enemies are basically just another kind of obstacle you have to clear away. These islands have some places which cost premium currency, that's hard currency, to access. Like if I want to get over here and get this animal for my village, then I would have to spend 100 acorns, which is like, I don't know, $5, $10 worth. It's a lot. My reward for doing that is that I get an animal that produces more berries, and then I get all of these, which are going to contain either shells or items. So it's basically crazy amounts of money just to get a new animal in your village. You might already have some of that animal, but you collect up to 4 of them, just like in Ice Age Village. Whenever you find an animal, you have to build them a home, and this home is already completed. It usually takes several hours, and then you have to tap on it. There we go. Now I can get berries out of that animal, and that animal has his home. Now I can find up to 3 more of them too. I mentioned that there are some actual game parts, and I didn't just mean the exploration that I showed you. There's also a couple of mini games. These cost 1 token to play, which you will find just by digging up snow piles or through the game's social features. This one is an endless runner. You're trying to get as far as you possibly can as Scrat the little squirrel. It looks pretty good. The frame rate is not great. This is using the same 3D engine that all Gameloft games use, which means it is running at less than 30 frames per second. Not as well as your device could actually do. But Gameloft made this engine and they're going to stick with it. Now I've just found an animal that I get to ride on. Can't remember what this exact one does. Oh, well, he was like a shield. Oops. And then I died. Yeah, I was too busy talking to play right. And afterwards you might get to spin a roulette wheel if you got far enough, and you'll basically get a few berries or shells. Very, very rare chance of getting an item, but almost never. Now this other mini game I actually enjoy a lot more because I am so tired of endless runners. This is just a match 3 puzzle game, but it's actually a really good one. There's a lot of different variations and levels of the puzzle game that you'll get when you start playing. You never know what it's going to be, but they all have the goal of getting a certain number of hearts, and to get those hearts you just have to get them all the way to the bottom. So I want to drop them down. And I also have to make matches adjacent to these ice blocks to destroy them. And if you make 5 in a row, which actually happens fairly frequently, like right now, then you get a meteor, and the meteor can destroy all of one particular kind of item. But what's really neat is there's some advanced mechanics that I haven't really seen in a lot of Match 3 games like this. If I touch 2 meteors together, it would clear all of the objects on the screen, causing those hearts to drop. But if I touch 3 meteors together, which some levels are actually set up to encourage happening, then that would make the whole screen fill up with hearts, because some levels require you to get like 50 hearts, and the only possible way to do it within your move limit is to touch 3 meteors together. But it's not impossible. Ice Age Adventures is in many ways a much better game than Ice Age Village, just because there's more to it, and there are actual moments of fun to be had. On the downside, it is still a game that is just about getting you addicted and sucking your money out. But if you like free-to-play games or you like Ice Age, it's definitely fun to play at least for a while. Thanks for watching. Read the full review at wpcentral.com.